Caracal cat is found in Africa, India and Arabia. The caracal cat is a slender lynx-like cat. It has long tail. It has tawny brown color fur. The caracal is 16 to 18 inches tall. It is 2.5 feet long. It weighs up to 40 pounds. This tiny cat can catch a small deer along with the gazelles, peafowl, cranes, hares, and game birds. It can leap 5 to 6 feet long in the air to catch a meal. The ounce is a spotted leopard-like cat. The ounce is known as the snow leopard, but this cat is not a true leopard. The ounce is found in the highest mountains of the colder regions of Asia, the Himalayas, Tibet, and the mountains of eastern Siberia. The face and spots on its head, the ounce, a 3 feet long tail. Its total body length is 6.5 feet long. They prey on goats, hares, and small game.
Ducks! Ducks are the best known waterfowl and have the most variety in their color patterns and body types. The smallest duck weighs no more than 0.5 kilograms, while the largest duck can weigh up to 7 kilograms. Twice each year, all ducks get new feathers. This is called molting. During this period, the duck cannot fly and will spend most of their time on the water or well hidden in marshes.
Scientists divide various kinds of ducks into 7 tribes or subgroups. There are whistling ducks, doubling ducks, freshwater diving ducks, stiff-tailed ducks, diving sea ducks, perching ducks, and eiders.
Whistling ducks are also called tree ducks. They have very long necks, stand upright, and get their habit of occasionally nesting on trees. They make high-pitched whistling sounds, especially when flying. These ducks live in warm climates.
Doubling ducks feed mainly on vegetable matter such as plants, seeds, nuts, grains, and roots. They also have the ability to jump from water directly into flight.
Freshwater diving ducks are most often found on large lakes and rivers. They get their food by diving for animals such as crustaceans, mollusks, and fish.
Stiff-tailed ducks are also excellent divers. They are so named because they typically hold their sharply tapered tails straight up. This contrasts with their stubby bodies or large heads.
Diving sea ducks include the scoters, golden eyes, buffleheads, and the fish-eating duck or mergansers. Many of these ducks are also found in inland freshwaters at migration times. The mergansers have long, narrow bills with rough edges that enable them to hold slippery fish.
Eiders are residents of Arctic coast where their nesting down is collected by natives. It is then sold for use in sleeping bags and clothings. Eiders spend much of their time at sea where they feed on mussels.
And that's all for now.
Here are some physical characteristics of dog. One of them is coat. A heavy winter coat with counter shading in a mixed breed. The coats of domestic dogs are of two varieties, double being common with dogs, as well wolves, originating from colder climates made up of coarse guard hair and a soft down hair, or single with the top coat only. Domestic dogs often display the remnants of countershading, a common natural camouflage pattern. A countershade animal will have dark coloring on its upper surface and light coloring below, which reduces it generally visible. These many breeds will have an occasional blaze, stripe, or star of white fur on their chests or underside.
The other characteristic is their tail. There are many different shapes of dog tails. The straight, straight up, sickle, curled, or corkscrew. In some breeds, the tail is traditionally docked to avoid injuries, especially for hunting dogs. In some breeds, puppies can be born with a short tail or a no tail. at all. This occurs more frequently in those breeds that are frequently docked and thus have no breed standard regarding the tail.
One sense of a dog is their sight. A greyhound, one of many breeds of sighthood. The doggy, big eyes. Like most mammals, dogs are dischromates and have color vision equivalent to red-green color, blindness in human. The dog visual system has evolved to aid proficient hunting. While a dog's visual acuity, its visual discrimination for moving objects is very high. Dogs have been shown to be able to discriminate between humans from distance up to a mile. As crepuscular hunters, dogs often rely on their vision in low-light situations. They have very large pupils, a high density of rods in the fovea, an increased flicker rate, and tapetum luteum.
Hearing. The frequency range of dog hearing is approximately 40 Hz to 6,000 Hz, which means that dogs can detect sounds far beyond the upper limit of the human auditory spectrum. Additionally, dogs have ear mobility, which allows them to rapidly pinpoint the exact location of a sound. 18 or more muscles can tilt, rotate, raise, or lower a dog's ear. A dog can identify a sound's location much faster than a human can, as well as hear sounds that 4 times the distance.
Smell. The high sensitive nose of a dog. The human's brain is dominated by a large visual cortex. The dog brain is dominated by an olfactory cortex. The olfactory bulb in dogs is roughly 40 times bigger than the olfactory bulb in humans. Relative to a total brain size with 125 to 220 million smell-sensitive receptors. The bloodhound exceeds this standard with nearly 300 million receptors. Dog can discriminate odors at concentration nearly 100 million times lower than human can. The nose is essential for determining the direction of air current containing the smell. Cold receptors in skin are sensitive to the cool of the skin by evaporation of the moisture by air currents.
That's all, folks. We love dogs.
Go, go, run, run!